There we go. Perfect. So, Alyssa, how are you today?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I mean, I'm doing perfect too. I mean, what better way to start an epic evening with someone as badass and talented and amazing as you, right? I mean,
I totally agree. Thank you.
Right?
And you.
Oh, thank you so much. So, welcome to the show. As I said, it is so cool and awesome to have you here. Now, before we start, I have to give you a proper intro. If you have seen some of my episodes before, you know exactly what I'm about to do. Oh, if not, that's fine. Let me show you then. So, there you go. Oh, man. You know, we're a small operation. You know, we're growing little by little. At some point, who knows? We might have audience. We might take over Staples Center. Might, sky's the limit. So
I see that for you.
thank you so much. So starting right now with everything, tell me how your acting career started.
It started, I moved here right after high school, and I kind of just threw myself into it. I didn't really know what I was doing. I found an acting school, found some other actors, and just started doing everything that everyone told me to do.
There you go. It's so interesting, right? That whenever you are starting with something new, you just don't know what the hell you're doing.
Totally.
You know, you're just like, let's see what happens here, and you're experimenting here and there, but so cool. And what were some of the challenges that you had when you were like recently starting with your acting career?
Well, one challenge was I got an agent right away. I had really good photos, so I was getting amazing auditions, but I was totally green. I didn't know what I was doing. So the feedback kept coming in of like, she's green, she doesn't know what's going on. So it was, but I feel like that's the only way that I could learn, because if you don't actually go into auditions and have that experience,
Totally.
you don't get to figure out how to swim.
Yeah, I can agree on that.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because sometimes they will require, I mean, whenever you are searching for something, they would want you to have experience. But then you're like, how am I supposed to get experience if you're not getting experience? You know what I mean? It's so, you know what I mean, right?
Catch-22, yeah.
Yeah. And what motivated you at first to continue building your career, basically?
It's just the only thing I've ever wanted to do. And it's such an exciting, weird life. Like from being on set to going to auditions to the people you meet in acting class.
Yeah.
Like, I love it.
Yeah, I agree on that. So between 2005 and 2007, you were in Grip, Final Kiss, Reno 911 Miami, the Maxwell Multiple Climax, The Stolen Moments of September, The Disappearance of Jenna Matheson, and Orlando's Bed and Breakfast. Tell me, were those like some of your first projects? And like, what are some of the things that you kind of learned from those first experiences in order to let's say to become better?
Those were my first projects, and I gotta say, I'm embarrassed to admit, 2 of those scripts, I never read the full script. I was so obsessed with getting my lines right. And one of them is a horror movie, and I didn't even know who the killer was. So what I learned was you really need to prepare more than just yourself.
Totally.
Yeah.
But it's so, I mean, it is so, I mean, like, for example, one of the things that I love about when I will interview someone is to watch those first projects, because, you know, some of them are hilarious. Some of them are amazing. Actually, you're like, those are pretty good. Then some of them are like, what the hell am I watching? You know what I mean?
Totally.
You know, but I understand. I mean, we all have to start somewhere, and we all have to, you know, hustle here and there in order to make it happen. So,
yeah,
fair enough. But so then you were in more projects such as Amateurs, Party in the Box, Wise Guys, Shapetown USA, and Talk Show with Spike Thurston. Tell me, like, what are some of the things that you usually do to prepare a character? I mean, I understand that depends on the role and everything, of course. But, like, what is, let's say, like, the first thing that basically sets you off into this whole journey of character creation, let's say?
I like to look at the character, and I first like to see how much energetically she is similar to me. What I already bring to the table without having to fake it, so I know that I don't need to push that. And then I look at her and say, like, I've never been a lawyer. I don't know what that's like. I have to figure out what her day is like, what's important to her, what she wants out of the movie, the scene. Yeah.
So such amazing. The fact that you guys can play everybody. I mean, you can play a delivery guy, you can play a soldier, you can play a lawyer, president, senator, doctor. You know, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's so cool. Yeah, yeah. And what aspect would you say it's important for character creation?
I think that the character's value system is incredibly important, because that's going to show why they may do something that you wouldn't do. Or like if someone were to kill someone and you'd say, I would never murder anybody. Well, if they value, you know, somebody killed their dog and they value their dog, you just look at what's important to this person, and then you can understand how they're doing what they do.
Totally. What do you think that makes a relatable character?
I think vulnerability and showing that they are not just one-sided, because we as humans are not one-sided, even though we can appear to be that way. So you've got to show that a character is not just one-dimensional.
Okay, so you would say that needs to have like more like an onion.
Yes, that's a good analogy. Yeah.
Okay. And what would you say it's important for storytelling?
I think a lot of the storytelling is also this being three-dimensional, because a lot of storytelling is about a person that makes a change because of something that happened in their life. Okay. So you have to make it believable that this person was this way at the beginning of the movie, and what inside them shifted so that they're now this person. Okay,
yeah, I can understand that. That's cool. And so what are some of the things that you usually do before going on set? I mean, do you have like, let's say, like a specific ritual, or do you have like a go-to meal or a go-to song? Like what sets you on and be like, okay, I'm good to go before shoot a scene?
Before a scene, I love to work out before going to set, even though sometimes that makes it like 4 a.m. But I meditate. Working out is good. I bring healthy snacks like fruit and stuff, and I've got my headphones on so that if I'm in the zone, I'm not so distracted by what's going around me, so I can stay focused on who I'm being that day.
Okay. And would you say that you have like a different playlist for a different playlist depending on the role?
Totally. Like even going to set, if it's like a fun, party character, I've got Tupac playing. If I'm supposed to be sad or like it's a dramatic scene, I will listen to sad music all day.
Yeah, I can understand that. Okay. So later on, you were in Shameless, Seven Motives, and Kira. Tell me about your experience in those projects.
Oh my God, Shameless was so great because it's one of my favorite shows. And Kevin, I think that's the character's name. He came up to me when I was getting my makeup done and could not have made me feel more comfortable. And I love when people are amazing in real life, and you're like, that person's a good person.
Totally. I can. Yeah. That's really cool. And like in general, what do you like the most about acting?
I just love the pretend. It's like being a kid. I love getting my makeup done, having different outfits, and like I might have a wall that's supposed to be a library, but I'm aware that there's other people around, and you've got to just create in your mind that there's 4 walls there and you're in a library.
Totally. It is so cool. And also the fact that you can create, the fact that like on a movie or a TV show, whatever, the fact that you are creating this universe for us, the audience, but at the same time, it's you who is also discovering it. You know what I mean? It is
totally.
It's so cool whenever you create like this connection and when this connection when everybody cares about the characters or about the horror or about like the whole story. You know what I mean? It is so cool whenever they manage to keep you kind of basically like hypnotized because you want to know more. You know what I mean?
Hypnotized. That's a great word. Yeah.
Yeah. And tell me, like, what motivates you? I mean, we all have those days, right? In which we just feel bad. We just feel horrible. We feel that we just don't want to do things anymore. That maybe life is teaching us that you might change career, that maybe you have wasted your life. Like, all of those toxic thoughts that I can go basically all night. But, like, tell me, like, what motivates you in order to just release yourself from that kind of toxic environment to be like, F it, I'm just gonna continue doing what I love because this is the only thing that I'm good at it and I love it. So
You know what? I felt like that this morning when I had to work out. I was like, I don't want to. So I know what feeling you're talking about. And I have really huge goals that I don't know that I'm ever going to get there. But the fact that they're that big, it just keeps me going like a little bit at a time. And it's such an exciting life. I can't imagine doing anything else.
there you go.
Yeah.
I can agree on that. And as I said, I mean, the fact that you, like, whenever you are taking whenever you're taking the step into something unknown, into something in which 100% of everything depends on you, because for example, when you work in either in a restaurant, office, whatever, let's say 50% depends on what you do because 50% it's your work, and then if the company or if the place still's open, you're gonna be receiving that paycheck every day, so at some point you're not I mean, yes, it's scary, but I would say that it is more scary whenever you're starting something on your own without nothing,
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
And if you could describe your career at the moment, but in a movie, TV show, a book, or even a play, why not? What would be the title of it?
I guess this is what we're doing now.
Okay. I like it.
Feels.
And would it be a movie, TV show, or book?
Oh, it would be a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you looking for like a trilogy or just one and that's it?
Wait, I might have misunderstood the question. Do you mean how I would describe my career right now or what I want to do? Oh, yeah.
Let's go for both. I mean, you just say the second. I mean, you just say one and,
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would love a TV show right now. That would be amazing. Or a mini series.
Okay. Well, then if at some point, since basically Netflix is doing everything, if they want a cool idea, and if they're watching this at some point, you know who to call. I'm just going to leave all the links in the description on YouTube. So, just saying. So I'm going to tag them.
Put that out there.
On all of my posts regarding you. So just saying.
Awesome.
There you go. And if you could describe your career as well, but on a drink, which one would you pick?
Tequila Sunset.
Okay.
Because it's been wild and crazy, but it's also really beautiful.
Okay, I agree on that. And also the cool thing here is that when you finish it, you want another one.
That's so true. Yeah.
And, until you barely can see.
That's how I feel about acting. Just give me another one until I can't see anymore.
Yeah. Or you wake up in another city, but that's another story.
Oh, that sounds like a true story that you were alluding to.
Yeah, that's another story. But yeah. Anyway, and like my last question to you, Alyssa, is what can we expect from you in the future? I mean, 2020 is basically done. So what can we wait for 22, 23, 24? I mean, what can we expect from here on out?
Well, I wrapped 2 movies this year that should be out next year. One is called It Never Rains in Hollywood with Eric Roberts, and the other is Divorce Bait, which just had a screening at the Grove, so it should be streaming soon next year. And lots of other cool stuff, but that's just what's in the can right now.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, what can I say? I mean, it is so cool what you do. You have been in so many projects. I mean, while I was doing the whole research, I was like, man, she's doing everything right now. I mean, and I'm super sure that at some point we're going to have like maybe 10 pages on IMDb. It's going to be this huge list of films, because you're killing it here. And it is so cool and it is inspiring. Because, as I said in some of my episodes before, I do think that what you guys do, I mean, what actors do especially, are really cool, because without you guys, we wouldn't have entertainment, we wouldn't have like this moment in which we can disconnect from our world and to be in this world created by you guys as well. And it is so cool. And I can't wait. I mean, I'm super sure that the future looks super bright for you. And as I said, I mean, we might see you basically everywhere. And we're talking about everybody knows who you are. I mean, we're talking about Germany, Switzerland, Japan, Argentina, everywhere, because you are killing it. And yeah, what else can I say?
Thank you, from your lips to God's ears.
There you go.
I appreciate that.
There you go. And also, I want to thank those who are watching. I mean, thank you so much for watching this. And also, if you're watching this later on YouTube or listening it on Spotify or Apple Music, make sure that you're following Alyssa and all of the social media. Normally, what I would say, for you to put pause, leave a like, subscribe, follow. It helps me a lot. And then go eat a cookie or 2 or 3 or 4, why not? and then go follow Alyssa. Leave a million likes. I mean, let's make her trendy right now. Let's make her trendy in all social media. I mean, we're talking about YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. And then come back. And Alyssa, before I send you off, I need to send you off properly in an epic way. So.
That is so fun.
Perfect. Keep killing it, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you so much. Bye.
You too. Bye.